So I only sort of figured out some of my disabilities around a year ago, namely my chronic fatigue, but I experienced it all the way from when I was like starting high school basically. There's this theory within the sort of chronic fatigue community that you have so many spoons in a day basically, and if you use all your spoons in one go, then you can't do anything else for the day basically, if that makes sense. Some days are easier than others, it really depends. Like some days I can be like really worn out and it's really a struggle getting in, and then other days it's okay.
What the Equality Act does, it kind of sets out provisions for people with protected characteristics, and a disability is a protected characteristic, which means that organisations, different institutions have to make, well, they say in the Act, reasonable adjustments.
I'm redoing four out of the 6 that I did last year because I didn't have the right sort of support in place. So again, with the autism, being online was a big routine change that my brain just, for me, I need things to be very specific to the point of like where it's saying exactly what's expected, and then in terms of like getting things in on time as well can be quite difficult sometimes.
How as an organisation can we make these people leading the activities aware that there's a student in your group that has these like extra needs? How can you adapt your session to make it more accessible for that student?
It is definitely a passion because sort of like my own experience with like mental health, like my mum's not got very good mental health, so it's sort of quite personal and close to home, and it's quite interesting to me like finding out why people think differently and what makes people tick and why something might make you angry but it doesn't make me angry and things like that.
The Sunflower Lanyard scheme is an external campaign that was adopted by Birmingham City University. It's a campaign that is for non-visible disabilities. I think it's very important that we recognise
that not all disabilities are visible. I just want to do well, and I think I want to prove to myself that it is possible despite those sort of challenges that I'm facing. And a lot of people with disabilities don't tend to necessarily go on to higher education because they're worried it's not something they can achieve because of their challenges or because they think they're not going to be supported and things like that. So I want to sort of, I don't know, I guess, be a role model, I suppose, yeah.
If you could have any superpower, right, what would it be, why, and what would you do with it?
God, I think the ability to sort of soak up knowledge. Reason being because like I feel like I've never learnt enough. I've used it to sort of better myself and then like, you know, share my knowledge with other people and help them in things they want to do basically.